Hello, everybody. I'm Elizaveta. I'm the political advisor of the Mission of Israel. I just wanted to thank you for coming and say that the ambassador will be here in 2 to 3 minutes, and we will start then. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
Hello, colleagues. Thank you very much for being here. We will have the conversation in the following format. The ambassador will deliver brief remarks, and then afterwards we will take just a few questions, not many. So thank you very much for being here, and I'll invite the ambassador Daniel Meron, permanent representative of Israel to the UN Geneva, to join us.
Thank you very much, Eli. Thank you very much. Just an hour ago, I presented to the Human Rights Council, to the President of the Human Rights Council, Ambassador Hugh Glauber, a letter from the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Israel, His Excellency Gideon Saar, a letter informing the President of the Human Rights Council that Israel is withdrawing from the Human Rights Council. The Human Rights Council has been a biased body since its beginning, with dictatorships lecturing democracies on human rights. As an example, item 7, the infamous item 7 on the agenda of the Human Rights Council, is the only country-specific item that targets a separate country, and that is Israel, and that remains on the agenda. 100 of resolutions have passed in this body, in the Human Rights Council, all dealing with Israel. 20% of all resolutions are on one country, specific country, and that is on Israel. Israel has previously disengaged, this is not the first time, we're from the Council in 2012 and in 2018, both times hoping that there will be some dramatic reform, there will be some change, yet to no avail. This body, the Human Rights Council, and the entirety of the UN system has failed Israel and failed the Israelis on October 7th and since then. Lacking the courage and moral clarity to call out the terror attacks, to point the finger at Hamas for what they were, for what they did, and what they stand for. They did not condemn the terrorists forcefully, and they downplayed the mass murder, the sexual violence against Israelis, and the hostage-taking. They did not stand by the innocent Israelis who were massacred on the worst day since Israel's inception. No resolution of the Council has condemned or even mentioned Hamas, not before October 7th and not since October 7th. This is deafening, the fact that this body here, the Human Rights Council, cannot speak out against Hamas. The silence is deafening. Special procedures, the human rights mechanisms, target Israel on a daily basis. They are based on one-sided mandates that disregard the human rights of the Israelis. These mandates are unique and unprecedented. For example, the Commission of Inquiry on the situation is the only UN commission with an open-end mandate. Again, with regard to the Special Rapporteur dealing with the issue, it is the only rapporteur that has an open-end mandate. Individuals holding some of these mandates perpetrate anti-Semitic myths and stereotypes, exhibiting unabashed hatred and being absolutely unfit for office. Francesca Albanese consistently whitewashes and justifies terrorism, calling for terrorist attacks as resistance, and distorts the Holocaust by comparing the only Jewish state in the world to the Third Reich. Members of the Commission on Inquiry state that the media is controlled by the Jewish lobby. Also, other mandate holders make countless discriminatory statements, yet they are still in office. We have raised these issues multiple times through public and private channels and submitted multiple complaints. In the face of this blatant anti-Semitism perpetrated by mandate holders, the Human Rights Council is silent. The Council, as well as the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, systematically favors one party to the conflict and advance a narrative under which Palestinians and their institutions have no obligations and duties under international law. We hope that the UN system will be able to undergo deep structural reforms that would end the politicization of human rights. Until then, Israel feels compelled to not engage with the Human Rights Council. This step is not against the United Nations and not against the principles of multilateralism. Israel is not against these. We work with the UN where it is not biased. We work with the UN to advance human rights where we can outside this body and to advance the goals of the United Nations. Israel's disengagement from the Council does not mean disengagement from human rights. Israel remains committed to human rights and will engage through credible, non-politicized mechanisms. Thank you. I've got time for 3 questions or 4. Yes, please. Yes. You don't have a mic.
Laurent Siro from the Swiss News Agency. Ambassador, thanks for the briefing. The announcement by your MFA came 1 day after the US announcement. How much was that coordinated? And how much could be returned from both the US and Israel could be coordinated in the future? Thank you.
Yes. Well, of course, we are very close to the United States, but this step was not coordinated. We have been for a long time complaining about the things that I mentioned today, and this was a very good opportunity following the step of President Trump to also take our step that would have happened probably anyway. Yes, please.
Thank you. Nina Larson, AFP. To follow up on that, I mean, you mentioned that at the start that Israel is withdrawing from the Council. I understand as an observer state, it's not actually possible to withdraw. But in practice, I'm wondering what this means, for instance, on the UPR. Are you not going to be following the UPR anymore either? And if I could just ask, the U.S. and Israel disengaging from the Council, are you not afraid that it will leave a void that will be filled by Israel's critics? Thank you.
So you asked, Nina, thank you very much. You asked 2 or 3 questions, and that is, what does it mean withdrawing when you're not a member? Of course, we're not a member, and we're leaving this hall just down the corridor here. We will not enter it. We will not enter the meetings of the Council. That's what it means. With regards to the UPR, so let me remind you that the next Universal Periodic Review of Israel will take place in 2 years. By then, this body will be reformed and will be able to come back. And with regards, what else was it? Am I missing something? Yes, about a void. Sometimes when you want to shake the system and shock the system, you have to take a very serious step, and hopefully things will resonate enough that things will change and we'll be able to come back. Yes, please. No, the lady here also. Yourself and yourself. Yes. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, and thank you for this press opportunity. You said that you will keep the cooperation with the human rights outside the Human Rights Council. So what do you mean specifically by that? And how will be your cooperation with the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights? You will keep your funding, your contacts, and so on. Thank you.
So we are in favor of human rights around the world, and we can do that outside of the context of the Human Rights Council. With regards to the High Commissioner's Office, I will remind you that we stopped our official contact with the Office of the High Commissioner after the database was agreed upon, and there was a very biased and step that we couldn't take, and so we already have strained relations with that office. Last question.
Is Emma Farge from Reuters, sorry. Is Israel considering leaving other organizations in Geneva, for example, the WHO? Thank you.
We are just talking now about the Human Rights Council. I think that's quite a very strong step, and let's leave it at that. We are members of the executive board of the WHO. I'm coming from there now, where I just gave a statement. So at this stage, we're at the WHO. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.